Recording is in progress. Hello, everybody. Daryl Snyder, Fantasy Sports Logic. I actually started to record this video 20 minutes ago and realized I hadn't posted the blog yet, so that could go onto the blooper file. Brandon Abbey, my partner, is still on assignment. He's actually with his family. He sent pictures. He's up in the around Yosemite and the Sierras, and he's having a great time. He's with his mother and grandchildren and wife and kids, I believe, and so kudos to him. He should probably be returning on Thursday. So this is the daily deeper dive podcast with our friends and partners, Ballpark Pal. I've actually got a call coming up with him right after this video. Great things happening there that I'll share with you. If Christopher with a K is watching this video, he's literally signed up for the test drive moments before I started. I got an alert on my phone. I will give you some free one-on-one mentoring. If you watch the video and you send me an email or text me, 858-926-6837. That's 858-926-6837. You can text me and I'll walk you through it personally for just signing up just moments ago. It's Christopher with a K, so you'll know who you are. We do these podcasts every day except for yesterday. First time in a long time. Brandon was on assignment. My girlfriend of a long time had a little accident and sliced her thumb on a food processor, and nothing life-threatening, but I was distracted. I did post the blog for everybody, but I didn't get around to the video. So here we are today, Monday, July 31st, the last day of July. We are flying to 8th month, 2023 already. You know what that means, right? It means we're turning the corner to football. I think the Hall of Fame game is Thursday. Jets, Browns. Not sure who would be playing. I doubt if Rodgers will be making his season premiere in a exhibition game, but I'll let you know that not too far away, NFL football. We'll be adding that inside the Contrarian Edge Optimizer. We already have MLB. I'll show you the optimizer here in just a little bit. A lot of things happening. Crazy, fun, cool things. I'll pull this up real quick. Sportstopia. What the heck is Sportstopia? The winning zone. I played fantasy football. Originally late 90s, kept score USA Today, group of friends, right? Internet came along, changed the game in a good way. DraftKings, FanDuel. Up until recently, I mean, I created the idea of a fantasy sports logic contrarian edge optimizer because when you're a player like myself, a DFS player, you need a few things, right? You need a place to play on. I prefer DraftKings at the moment. That's going to change. I can't tell you what platform, but there will be a platform available to you. Before I created the optimizer, I used tools. I found out long ago, if you don't have a tool, some form of an optimizer, the pros, the really good players do, and they will squash you like a bug. So we have that solved, and I'll show you that. And then, you know, I still go to sites. I'm subscribed to a couple different sites to get information, right? But I go to ESPN.com, the Score, to try to get up to the moment daily fantasy. There's newsletters out there, right? The latest and greatest news relative to fantasy sports and gaming. And so I thought, you know what? I'm going to try to put everything in one place for people that are like me. So Sportstopia is going to launch. It'll be a media site. There's a clock there. This is just a splash page that I did on GoDaddy. So it will no way resemble what the end product. I brought together a team, veteran team, Emmy award-winning team. We're going to create daily articles, videos relevant to the four major sports that I love, and that's MLB. I was named after San Francisco Giant baseball player back in the 50s, Darrell Spencer, by Uncle Arnie, left-handed pitcher. Their organization, so my mother and father named me Darrell, and I couldn't be anything but a Giants fan. So MLB, NFL coming up, NBA, and PGA. But there'll be breaking news about other significant sports. Soccer's big. I mean, MMA, NASCAR, blah, blah, blah. So this will be a one-stop place. You'll have access to media up to the moment. You will have access to a tool, Fantasy Sports Logic Contrarian Edge Optimizer, and you'll have a platform to play on. And you will even have access to a television network. I can't give the names of any of these things, but to watch shows. We got a movie coming out, The Game Within, with our Driven to Win entertainment production company and partners there. So what if you could have all of that in one place, right? Because if you play, you're gonna need all those. Maybe not the TV, but you can watch great documentaries, docuseries. Probably end up watching a show like this with a host probably a lot more polished than me and Brandon. And then what if you participated in, if it was possible, by showing patronage, which is by playing on the platform, using the tool, engaging in the media site, right? As simple as subscribing to the newsletter, going, visiting the site frequently, obviously playing on the fantasy platform, using the optimizer. The more you played, the more you participated in a revenue share of those different business models, right? Even the television, you engage in the television. It's a streaming network. It doesn't cost anything. There are going to be some pay-per-view events like you access normally for, really cool events, but you would get discounts to those. And the more you played and the more you referred it, there'll be referral bonuses that you would gain, a bigger piece of the proposed 20% revenue share of those platforms. So think about that. Have you ever heard of there's a lot of successful platforms, and they're only successful because players play on them, right? Otherwise they don't have any business. So what if you participated? You're going to play anyway, and the more people you refer to it, the more you were able to participate in the upsides of Sportstopia, the fantasy platform, Fantasy Sports Logic, television network. It's coming. So I'm excited about that. Stay tuned. It's not, for what you're going to get. There's going to be free entries into tournaments. You'll be able to compete in tournaments that you don't have to pay entry fees. That'll have prizes, total prizes over $1 million. That'll be both here on Sportstopia weekly and then monthly on the fantasy platform. Anyway, I shared as much as I could. I'm not going to get into detail. It's reality. Had some great meetings. I found out about the concept. Just made sense, right? I mean, I want to be successful. You want to be successful. So if everything we're contributing to is successful, then hey, who knows what the next unicorn could be. And it's not just that, but I just think that, the future, if you look at ownership in sporting in sports teams, they're beginning to be player owned, right? Think about fan owned, because without the fans, I mean, you have the television contracts, right, which are huge. So anyway, stay tuned to that. If you have questions, reach out to me. I'll be sharing more as we go. Wanted to show you that. Sportstopia.io. Coming soon, you'll see the clock within the next 60 days or sooner. The go-to destination for your daily fantasy and gaming information. We get a lot of people asking, right? They're bettors. We can't bet here in California and play fantasy, but a lot of people using the information. So the show will consist daily of tips on what teams we favor, what totals over-unders, all sorts of great stuff. So I'll keep you in the loop. Let me get back to the blog and the Daily Deeper Dive podcast with our friends, Ballpark Pal. Here's the charts for today, Monday, July 31st. He does visit his site, ballparkpal.com. He has a lot of information. He has, since I've known him, expanded dramatically. Love him as a partner here. He not only provides these charts for me to post and talk about, he is one of the 7 player projection feeds in the Contrarian Edge Optimizer. That's right, 7. Plus our proprietary fund is 8. Nobody's doing that, so I'll show you that. Well, let's get to these charts. Thank you for letting me ramble on. It's a good song in the day, ramble on. Home run report, DFS report chart, starting pitcher preview, and Ballpark Pal Daily Stadium report. What does that all mean? That means the home run report, Aaron has simulated 3,000 different potential outcomes of the slate today. Aaron Judge is back. He's been back for a few days now. He's 20, almost 30% projected to hit a home run, right? He has a matchup, a little boost, 3%, facing a pretty tough pitcher, Tyler Glasnow. Park boost of 6%. Ohtani, almost always on this chart. He's facing another tough pitcher. It's interesting, the 2 top projected are facing 2 tough pitchers, right? Charlie Morton for Atlanta, Ohtani, 1 in 4 chance to hit a home run. The matchup's an 8% boost. The park in Atlanta, 9%. Jordan Alvarez, an Astro. Noah Syndergaard. Noah isn't what he once was. And Jordan, almost a 1 in 4. Probability to match up, 13% boost. Mickey Manaya, another Angel against Borden. That's interesting, huh? Boost of 24% to hit a probability to hit a home run. I'm sorry, boost of 15% because of the park in Atlanta. That should be a good series. I know the Anaheim said they took Ohtani off the market. It'd be interesting to see what happens trade deadline, right? Next less than 24 hours. They're gonna go for it. So playing Atlanta, who's there. I don't know if they'll make any trades. They've got a crazy lineup. They may look at to do some pitching. But speaking of, there's Olsen, always a good bet to hit a home run. He hit one yesterday, 22% boost. So some other solid matchups. Brandon's second favorite team behind the Giants. He's a Bay Area guy. Is the Padres. Manny Machado against Austin Gomber, and they are in Colorado. Big boost, 40%, 21% matchup with the pitcher and 16% in the park. And then you have a Marlin, you have another Marlin, you have another Marlin, and you have 4 Marlins. They get a great boost against Domingo Germán. He pitched a perfect game not too long ago, but he's been up and down, and obviously the simulator prefers a lot of Marlins. So there's a good stack working. Core stack in New York. We'll see what the park looks like. So you get it. A lot of great information. Again, you can go beyond that, ballparkpal.com. Here's the daily fantasy report. And he does a nice job. Him, Aaron, Ballpark Pal, breaking it down by position. 3 of the top 3, they're listed on this chart, and then 8 pitchers and 8 outfielders, and Olsen is on top. The blue is projected FanDuel points for the day, and the green is DraftKings. So we provide data for both. We will add Yahoo for football, but Ballpark Pal is baseball only. You can see O'Hearn from the Orioles and Diaz from the Rays. Was he up here? Diaz? Yeah, okay. That would have gave us 5. Kim from the Padres at second base. Altuve. There's Manny Machado. Is it Ellie De La Cruz for those Red Hot Reds. They went in and took a couple from the Dodgers. Yay, yay, yay. They are they've been playing well. Ellie has sparked that team. If you follow baseball, you sure heard about that. I saw the video where he stole second, third, and home. Crazy. Pitcher just like totally stealing the home part was nuts. Oriole Rushman with O'Hearn. Orioles was very solid, leading the East. And then there's Ohtani. So look at the pitchers. You got Glass now, right? Remember there were a couple of players favored to hit home runs off of him, but he's still. Good thing about a pitcher, if he gives up home runs and they're solo and strikes out a lot of guys, he still can score you well. Projected a little over 20 on DraftKings. Abbott, a Reds pitcher he's had a great year. He's a rookie and just hasn't fallen off. Keep hearing about regression with him. Doesn't look like he's projected to regress tonight. There's Morton, Stroman from the Cubs, another team that said they're not going to trade. They're holding on to Bellinger. I was kind of hope Giants would look at him, but they have won. They finally lost yesterday, but they've won, I think 8 out of 9. Not far off the lead, 3 or 4 maybe of the division, and not sure on the wild card. Probably about as closer. Burns he's been hot. I've been riding the Burns wagon for a while. He started out cold. He's in there. You can see the last one with Vermont, but I'm not sure I'd mess with that one. It's favored to be stacked up against those Rays. I think I said Marlins earlier, didn't I? I meant Tampa Bay Rays. Sorry about that. People are probably watching me say, that's not the Marlins. I caught myself. And then the outfield, Tucker, the Astros, Acuna. The guy has 50 stolen bases or more, and 20 home runs. I think one of the fastest to ever do that in the amount of games. He's superstar. His brother was just traded, younger brother, for one of the bigger deals. I think it was Scherzer going to Scherzer went to the team that had Acuna's younger brother, and it was Bruce Bochy's Texas Rangers. So I believe that's right. And then Aaron Judge. So you get it. Starting pitcher preview. You can see how they grade out. This is overall. And then this is the last 1,000 pitches that the pitcher prefers to throw. Taiwan Walker of the Phillies has a nice 4-seam fastball. A+. I think that is. What is that 4-seam? It's a splitter. I'm sorry. The 4-seam is the next one. We've got an A+ with a splitter. B-, a little light for me on the computer on his 4-seam fastball, and his sinker. Is that his sinker or his slider? That is his sinker. Isn't sinking as much as it should. He's got a D, but he is against Cabrera, and that is a Marlin. Not a Ray. And you can see Cabrera rates out really good. He's got a changeup, A+, 4-seamer, B+, and a cutter, A+, projected at almost 6 strikeouts. Glass now might be the highest projected strikeout pitcher on the slate. That's why I told you, if he gets 8 to 10 strikeouts, still gives up a couple dingers. He's going to score you on the 20 if he just projected to pitch almost 6 innings. So there's Burns, there's Corbin. He's got great grades all the way across. Those have come up as the season has progressed. Projected for a quality start. Only allow under 3 runs and 5.7 strikeouts. I like who they play in Washington. Washington's pesky, so it might be one of the tougher teams to strike out, but he's projected at almost 6. What else? We got Cobb, my Giant, and Diamondback matchup. Those two are running close. Diamondbacks had a great start, led the league, led the West, and then they've fallen off. Dodgers have risen there. Giants took 2 out of 3 from Boston after taking 2 out of 2 from Oakland. They won 7 in a row. They lost 5 in a row. Now they've won 4 out of 5. So we'll see what they do. I believe they'll make a move. some way or another. They've got some great young guys on their team, but I think they might add, I'm thinking about Verlander, could stabilize that starting pitching, although they've been masters at the the bullpen game. But anyway, he's got Cobb, not so good on his sinker, a D, but grades out well on his splitter and his knuckle curve. So this is great information, whether you play DFS or you play prop picks. We have our partners at drafters that have player props. You could probably find some action for DFS player props there on more or less on some of these pitchers, strikeouts, and fantasy points. So these are good charts to use for that, as well as the optimizer. Here's the this is what caught my eye originally. I saw this chart somewhere and I reached out to Aaron, and it's always good to kind of know what stadiums on what day. Coors Field, unless it's early in the year and there's a threat of snow. Always, if not the highest projected park in the majors because of the altitude. And as it warms up, 31% boost in runs today, 22% home runs. You got the Padres there. I am sure they will be popular. Soto, Tatis, Cronenworth, Profar. You can go up and down. I'm sure I'm missing. Oh, they got the other Red Sox, former Red Sox. Oh, they're stacked, right? They are surprisingly, and not too happy of fans in San Diego. They trail they're fourth behind Diamondbacks, Giants, and Dodgers. So we'll see, but they have a favorable matchup against Austin Gomber today in Colorado. The bottom, Wrigley Field would go both ways. When you can see coming in off the lake, if it comes in off the lake, it'll knock flies down. If it comes out of the south, it'll throw balls out of the park over Waveland and Sheffield Avenue. So it's the least friendly today, 11% drop off in runs, 14% in home runs. But maybe, and you have that Cincinnati pitcher, Abbott, probably going to be a pretty decent play. We'll see who's the Cub starter today. Abbott and Stroman. Yeah, other Stroman grades out on his sinker with an F, but his other two, he was another one rumored to be on the trading block, but Cubs said they're coming out. I mean, you never know. I've seen teams over the years say we're untouchable, meaning bid more. So tomorrow, about this time, maybe I'll do a trade deadline video right after the trade deadline and recap some of the things. But anyways, there's the park information here, a couple of promos. Currently, friends at Drafters, if you take the test drive of the Contrarian Edge Optimizer, 7 days, $1. You don't have to upgrade, but I'm sure you will when you see what's going on, and I'm about to show you. But just for test driving $1, you get a $20 entry while they last into the $2 million NFL best ball style tournament with a $300,000 first prize. I mean, worth a shot, huh? What if? Also, if you like the platform, drafters.com, and you go make a deposit of $100 with code FSL100, they will match it. You get a $100 credit. So hypothetically, you get a free $20 entry. You could end up using your 100 and your other 100 for 10 more. So those are exciting things. If you want to check out Drafters, we appreciate them as a partner. Let me get to the optimizer here. It's 1:13 here Pacific, so 4:05 main slate locks. You have some time, I'll run to this video and it'll be available in the next 30 minutes or less. So optimizer updates every 30 minutes, but what is so unique about it, you're asking, right? Blah, blah, blah. There, oh, blah, blah, blah. It has 7. Not just average data providing partners. These are the premier partners in the world. And when I set out to have our chief technologist who's been involved with season-long football for a long time, since like late 2000. Program something special. I wanted the contrarian edge mode, which allows you to get different. That's what we started with. I wanted the best of the best providers. I was kind of going back and forth, trying to pick between some of them, and I thought, well, why do I have to pick? Why don't, is it possible if we brought all 7 together? The Baker engine with 10,000 simulations, we're one of the first to use them for baseball. They are provided by Sports Data IO, so they provide a legacy feed and the simulated feed. There's Ballpark Pal with his 3,000 simulations, baseball only. We are currently the only partner he provides a feed to. FTN Data Frank, 40,000 simulations of any given game. RotoWire, if you're in fantasy, you've heard of rotowire.com. Shannon over there, Peter Schenke, he's part of the FSGA, Fantasy Sports Gaming Association. He's a historian. He knows a lot about the history. He's actually going to be a contributor to the movie, the Game Within movie. That's the history of fantasy sports. He and Ed Williams, who's also on the board of Fantasy Sports Gaming Association. So RotoWire, one of the best. Sport Radar, Dan Williams, again, one of the best. And then Stats Perform, not to be outdone. Corey's over there. He's been around with them since the late 90s. They've been around since the 80s. Combined, I could safely say there's 100+ years of experience. So they're all right here at your fingertip, right? This is updated. They're projecting, each and every one of them, what they think an individual player will do. You see Glass now, he's the #1 projected pitcher by our blend, our meaning Fantasy Sports Logic or the Contrarian Edge Optimizer, blend of the 7, right? Projected almost 20 DraftKings points. You can flip it back and forth to FanDuel. You can go to different slates and showdowns, but I'm just showing you the main slate and showing you, there's my Mr. Burns, 2nd, Charlie Morton 3rd, Abbott 4th, Kirby, nice year with Seattle, young pitcher, Herman, that perfect game, Lugo, interesting. Somebody pitched well in Colorado yesterday. That was a low-scoring game, so it's possible. Lugo with the Padres, Pavetta with Boston. They've been monitoring his pitch count. He's facing Seattle, which is that's a good matchup. Seattle has been prone to striking out, about like the Giants. Giants strike out a bunch, but hey, when they make contact, they do well. So you can see, and then there's Alex Cobb. Then usually the highest position player. Sometimes, like today, they rank higher than some of the pitchers. Syndergaard has had an off year; he's under. But you've got Tatis, the #1, just slightly ahead of Acuna. Tatis, because he's in Colorado, looks like he's going to be popular. We're projecting, almost 50% ownership. That, ownership is everything to me. If Tatis gets off and hits 2 or 3 home runs and you don't have him, probably going to be hard to outscore that person. But if you fade him and he doesn't do anything, then you're half ahead of the field. So different thoughts on that. Acuna. He's always a great play. He's only 17% owned. You see zeros in there sometimes. They haven't updated. Doesn't mean a zero ownership. Well, could mean both those guys are going to get low ownership because Syndergaard hasn't pitched that well and Gomber is pitching in Colorado. But I was talking about the zeros in the projections here. Those will be filled in as the day goes and the starting lineup starts to lock. You'll see, unless they're a pitcher, here's the projected position. So how does this work? Okay, I see a bunch of numbers. I try to dumb this down to Daryl. I'm Daryl. Has to be super simple. I told him we've worked and worked and worked. It's been months, probably 6 months, 7 months in now. I'm just feeling comfortable to where we can take in quite a few people now and not have to worry about, even though it's in beta, it not functioning at some level. So what I worked with the team to have them create, I'm not a programmer, so that's the team. I had the vision, is I noticed on DraftKings a lot on almost all the tournaments, but mostly the max 150, the max 20, the winning team almost all the time. I mean, 90+% of the time, if I'm wrong, somebody prove it to me, was stacking from a team. It makes sense, correlation. And if today San Diego scores 15 runs and Colorado, you have a stack of at least 5, which is max or 4, then you're gonna have correlation. Tatis, right? He hits the home run, Machado, up and down the lineup. Cronenworth, some of their Carpenters there, I think still, he doesn't have such a great year, but you get a stack and you definitely have an advantage. So instead of having to go through all this, you can drop down and stack any team individually. But what we created was, I'm gonna go to 5. I'm gonna go to auto. You wanna let this orange, it's calculating right now as it does. I'm gonna take a sip. Good. So generate lineup, so it's ready. When I didn't do any stacking, I'm gonna go into auto stack and it's gonna bring up our stack attack mode, brand new. What's that mean? That means that you don't have to go through what used to take me hours and hours. Now I talk longer. You guys are like, get to the point. It's calculating again, right? See it? I let it go through its thing. A lot of today on the slate, late slate, how many games? 12, 13, 14. There's millions of potential possibility. I'm going to turn stack attack mode on. Stack attack on, contrarian mode on. You can turn contrarian off if you want. I like to leave it on. That'll help define some of those diamonds in the rough, less owned, perhaps slate breakers for you today. And I could lock in a player like I really like Burn. Kirby, I like a lot. Or no, not Kirby a lot. I like Abbott. No, I'm gonna correct myself. I like who do I like? Where is he? Of the pitchers, I said I like Burns except for Washington teams. Pavetta, there he is. Pavetta against Seattle. I thought for a minute he wasn't even on here, but he's only 6,600. Gonna have some ownership. People know what I know, but he's got a solid right across the blend is 15. I take that for the 6,600. One of the providers has him at almost 20. The low is a 12. So I won't lock him in. Let's just let it do its thing. I'm gonna hit generate lineup, see what happens when it goes out and searches on its own. You want to watch this up here when you're doing it every 20 minutes. Voila. Look at what it gives us. And again, what I was looking for was diversity, spread out. Meaning, if you're going to play 150 max, I mean, personally, I've seen guys cluster, same 10 teams, try to get that up in the top to win that. If your goal is to try to win today, I've been like so much is happening. They've been running a $3 max 150 at DraftKings. It's been really popular. Let me see. While you're all watching and looking at the different lineups, let me see if that is out. It's normally 100,000 or 125. Would imagine on Monday it is pretty hefty one. Let's see what I find here. If it's not selling out fast, if they made it bigger. Where you at? 100,000. So that means $10,000 on top. $3 entry. You can max 150 it. I don't know your budget. I'm just giving you a scenario. So 450 with the possibility of 10,000 on top, right? If you're going to play one of those, and you can play I think they have max 150s for a quarter now, 50 cents. I'm not sure the dime one. Sometimes they have pennies. There's all sorts of opportunity. This is DraftKings. and I don't even have a relationship with them as far as referral anything, so it's just a slate I have been playing on. That's gonna change. Take a look at, I mean, I won't totally abandon it because they have some nice contests, but take a look at the diversity. This is the blend. We have 7 player partners. You're saying, well, you're saying 7. I've been waiting for you to stop rambling, and I'm only seeing 4 because we got this little arrow up here. It's a slider, and it'll show you the rest of them. So you can, Stripling, he will not be, he's in there, but sometimes because it hasn't announced, the Giants, I think, have another, oh, they have Kyle, what they show, but I don't even know about that. They could have a bullpen game as well. They've been doing really well. So what you can do if you see one that you just know, like I know Stripling, he pitched yesterday. He's not going to be available. He came in a bullpen game. So I can cross him, but I can look at these others. I like that, Burns and Abbott. Of course I like that one. Look, the stack is my Giants. You got LAJ. And I check him. I think he left yesterday with a calf or something. But if he's playing, looks like they have him right now to lead off. You got him, JD Davis, who won that Saturday game against the Red Sox. Duvall blew the save, and Davis hit the first pitch from Kenley Jansen, former Dodger, who deposited it into the foul pole. But anyway, Casey Schmidt had a decent year, blocked off his late Jock Peterson. So there's a Giants stack. Here's going to be a popular stack today, Padres with Morton and Stroman. So you can go through this, right? And you can say, I won't do it because it's a Giants, but let's do the Morton with the Padres, which will be popular. But I want to see some variation. Show me 20 different variances of RotoWire. Let's do this up there. Boom. I click on that. Oops, I don't think that did. No, it's not ready yet. Working on it. Hold on a second. What it's doing is it's going to show me 20, I believe, unless I didn't go right into a production. No, this is 16. So hold on. Because I locked that player out on me, I had to refresh it. Let me try that. I didn't think about that. Giving you guys little tips here. X out. Let me see if, because I locked out Stripling. Yeah, I may have to refresh it. I'll do it. We'll go back and do it again. 5. Auto. No, let it do its thing first, Joe. Okay, auto. Do your thing. Back attack mode is on. Generate lineups. Forgot I locked that Stripling out. Okay, we'll go back again. There's that Ballpark Pal likes Abbott and Stroman too. They're going to give you an Orioles stack. RotoWire came back with the same. So you can do 150. You're like, hey, I like the looks of that. Going to give you some diversity. I'll give you an example. I'll just do 20. See it going through. I didn't set any max exposure. I didn't show you the pro settings. There's the CSV. There's the 20. You can upload that into DraftKings. If you wanted to do FanDuel, you could do the same. Here it shows you, right? All the stats. I've got where'd you go? Slid for me. How did I do that? Show me this thing. Yeah, I did. I pushed it over, but just going to show you anyway. It had the teams, and I split it out of my browser. But when I hit close, here they come. Right? Look at the different variations. Lugo and Armand, Lugo and Canning, Stroman and Abbott, Burns and Abbott, Abbott and Burns again, Glasnow and Stroman, Urban, Kirby and Pavetta. So what it's doing, and what I set out to have it do is it gives you diversity, it gives you spread, right? I mean, if you want to put all your marbles in two pitchers and they hit, that's awesome, you know, then you have a blend of different stacks, but one pitcher can take you down, so why not spread it out, right? I mean, is your goal in those 150s, no matter what you play, what if it's that $15 biggie on top, but today, what is it, 50,000 on top, or sometimes they do 100. It's 100,000 on top, right? I mean, if you have a big budget of some of these pros, and you want to throw $2,250 in, or you want to do the $3, or you want to do $1, 150, whatever it is. This objective, if you use stack attack, you see India's out on that one, so you'd want to replace him, but is to just try to get one into that top spot, right? That would make your day, it might make your week, it might make your month. I mean, you hit 100,000, probably gonna make your year. You hit 10,000 and top that $3. So this is to help automate that with the stack attack, and it's not just giving you 5, right? If you look at some of these stacks, I mean, how about that stack, right? You got a Padres stack, and then one of your 3 off guys is Acuna. I like that. And then you got Suzuki of the Cubs against Abbott, cheap, 3,100. So you get it. I mean, it's not going to automatically go 5-3. It's going to go, in this case, 5 with Suzuki, Acuna. Who's the other one? He is Castro. He must be a Rocky. So there you got a Rocky in that game. A second base. He's not confirmed as a starter yet, but he if he plays, you know, you got somebody else. You got all those Padres in Colorado, and then you got Acuna, right? So you kind of get it, right? It's stacking, and then it's searching and say, okay, we stack 5. Here's another stack. This one is it LA? Yeah, it's LA minus, which is Anaheim, I'm sorry, the Angels, call them Anaheim because they're just down the road. And then it gives you that rookie from the Reds, in Wrigley, Encarnacion Saint something. He's one of the top prospects. You got Jock from the Giants. So you can see, right, here's all the stacks. This is a Toronto stack, and then I'm throwing in Machado, not a bad thing. Giant stack with Machado, and who else are they giving you there? You got Mateo from the Orioles and Altuve. So you kind of get it, right? You're probably all like looking at this, trying to write them down, but if you do the optimizer for $1 for 7 days, it's yours. $1. Right, so hopefully this helped you. There's a lot. I mean, crazy. Set pro options. I mean, we've been working on this. That's like, you can get so crazy different. If you didn't want max exposure, say you didn't want to tune in all your lineup, you could set global max exposure down from 100% to whatever. I mean, a 13, 14 game slate, might want to take it down 60%, 70, maybe 50. Stacking bonuses if you don't run the auto, but I'd run the auto now. This is before we had auto. This will be all cleaned up and updated. If you want to fade a team, if you're like, I just absolutely positively don't want somebody from a team. A's aren't playing today, so sometimes people want to fade the A's, except when they were in Colorado over the weekend. But you can fade a whole team, you can fade a couple of teams, you can fade all the teams, but 4 teams, and that'd be like super condensed. You can get really specific min-max, like when it randomly shows pictures. You say, and it mixes it up right now for you. You see that it weren't the same 2 pictures and all. I only did 20. So if you're doing a max 150 or 100 or whatever, you can really get specific on, you know, max and min on everybody potentially playing today, 252 potential players. So must have a I know that this said Oakland, must be a couple of teams not playing. And then you hit save, and when we created this, I had this vision to create something. Affordability was very important. I didn't want it to be, you know, outside of the budget of the masses. So after the dollar, you can currently $29.97 a month, all the providers, all the sports as we add them. If you want to lock yourself in one time, lifetime, $299.97. All the sports. We'll be adding football soon. I've got feeds already being offered by our partners. I don't think it will be, you can say it just alerted me that it's updating the providers. Ballpark Pal obviously won't be a football provider. I think I've already contracted with the Baker Sports Data. I know I did Stats Perform. I know RotoWire, Sport Radar. I haven't. I did FTN data. So you're going to see probably 6 in football and our blend, which again, I don't know of anybody doing that. If they are, they aren't telling anybody. I don't know why they wouldn't. So a lot of value, one place, and a blend, right? To try to help you at an affordable price. That's without, I mean, if you're an affiliate and become a free affiliate and you refer somebody that does the lifetime, you make $100. Refer 3 of those and your lifetime is covered, right? If you refer more, you got money to play more with. So that was the goal, to just wow people, over deliver. Try to under promise. I get very excited, as you can tell in the beginning of the video. So hopefully that helped. It's been literally, like right now is the first time we haven't marked. I post this on Twitter and I posted on LinkedIn. I haven't put any, I did, I think, one Twitter sponsored post just to let people know we were coming. Right now, you know, going into the month of August, we are ready for, I would say we're probably limited for the first 1,000 maybe, new people that come in, just because I want to make sure that we, you know, we can service people. I talked today, I'm not a big Discord fan, but I know I have to have it. It's chaotic in a lot of places, but I got a Discord manager with Sportstopia. This will have the Discord, right? And I'll talk, I mean, you'll be invited as a contrarian edge optimizer client to have that Discord. It'll be managed. Lots of cool content coming there. I mean, relative articles, videos, the television part of it. If you subscribe for free, when I tell you what our streaming television network is going to be, it's got potential 40 million eyeballs, so you won't be alone there. And then the opportunity to play on a platform and participate in the upside revenue sharing, which I believe you deserve as a player. You know, why not? You're the one making it happen. So by using the optimizer, by using a platform to play on, by frequenting a media hub like Sportstopia, by watching sports shows on your, right? It's mine and your, and it's not just mine, a lot of people will be involved. You know, you reap the potential benefits. So super excited. Thank you. I would definitely encourage you to go to the FSL affiliate link. It's not on the homepage, right? Oh yeah, it's okay. They put it up there for me. There's the blog. Click there. There's a video about the affiliate program. It's short, so you can earn $100. You can be earning $100 referring someone to the Contrarian Edge Optimizer, but also $100 for this package that encompasses everything. It's going to give you lifetime access to the optimizer. It's going to give you some free tickets into tournaments. You'll be able to play in cooperative free no entry tournaments that will have prize pools big. So a lot of things coming there. Also, there'll be tournaments inside of Sportstopia. You can tell I am jacked. So there's the video link there. I don't know how, I can't remember I created this. It's only
Are you passionate about
39
fantasy
seconds.
sports?
So
You want to turn your love for the game into an incredible earning opportunity. Well, look no further. Welcome to the Fantasy Sports Logic Affiliate Program, where you're
I won't make you. If you want to watch it, it's on our YouTube channel. We just literally got this started. You can see 9 whole subscribers. 9. Remember that. July 31st, 2023, when we had 9 subscribers, and watch that thing. I'm going to go out on the line and say we're going to have a lot more than 9. That was pretty easy, right? You know, it's 30 whole views of that affiliate program, and that's just been recent. But there are, this is our Fantasy Sports Logic, hold on, channel, YouTube channel that you had to find if you're watching this. That'll make that go. There's our Driven to Win Entertainment. Got the movie coming out, some other cool things. The Game Within. There's, I think, a video about that. I do these every day. You can see, I mean, it's just not a lot of people know. But I'm going to reward you for letting a lot more people know. I mean, there's only 89 views of our main minute video, right? And you can see 17 views 2 days ago, 12, 9, right, 5. Those are going to go up, and you're going to help us do it. So I am going to do what you probably hoped I would do a long time ago, and that's end the video. And wishing everybody an amazingly awesome, super spectacular, prosperous Monday with your gaming adventures. Have a great one. See you tomorrow.